Subscribe to Smartphone Tutorials by clicking on the subscribe button, and do remember to click on the notification bell icon to get instant notifications.
The Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, the Redmi 5, the Xiaomi R1, three devices by Xiaomi which are in the news in the last few days. And then we come to Samsung, the Samsung A series 2018, and we're going to talk about the Galaxy S9 leaks, a roundup for all the leaks that we have about the new flagship from Samsung next year. Along with this, we're going to talk about YouTube's take or Google's take on stories, which is known as YouTube Reels. Hello awesome people, welcome to Smartphone Tutorial. Let's talk about the hot topics of these days. Now first things first, we're going to talk about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. Now the Redmi Note 4 was the most popular phone in 2016 across the globe. It's a mid-ranger, packs a huge battery, brilliant optimization by Xiaomi, and the successor has to have all the bells and whistles when it comes to the mid-range segment. Now the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 is tipped to come in three variants, 2, 3 or 4 gigabytes with 32 and 64 gigabytes of storage, along with a 5.5-inch 18:9 aspect ratio. Along with it, it is tipped to have a battery between 3800 to 4100 mAh. Some rumors say it will come with a dual camera, some rumors say it will come with a 16 megapixel primary camera and a 13 megapixel secondary camera. It may have a front flash, you really don't know. It will come with Android 7.1.2 out of the box along with MIUI 9. Now that's all the information we have about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5. Now it's about time Xiaomi launches this device. Last year the Redmi Note 4 was launched somewhere around January. We are already in the month of December and we should see the launch of this brilliant mid-range device soon. Next up, we're going to talk about the brilliant Redmi 5. Now if you look at these renders for a mid-ranger, which is going to cost you say around $200 or less, if you look at the build quality and the display with the 18:9 aspect ratio, 4100 mAh of battery, a Snapdragon 400 series processor, 2, 3 and 4 gigabytes of RAM, and a lot more. Now when it comes to a low or mid-range device, if you're going to give all these things, who's going to need a top-end variant or a high-end phone? That's what Xiaomi is doing. That is the reason they have been so successful in India and abroad. They are trying to give the top-notch features to the world at a very affordable price. Now Xiaomi is going to come up with a new series this year, the Xiaomi R series, and the first phone from this is going to be the Xiaomi R1. It is rumored that it will come with an 18:9 aspect ratio display, that is 2:1, almost bezel-less, and it's going to have a 4000 mAh battery with a 6-inch display, running MIUI 9 of Android 7.1.2. We don't really have any information on the processor, but from the looks of it, it should be somewhere between the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 and the Mi 6, or the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 and the Mi Note 3. It is supposed to be a mid-ranger, looks like a beautiful device, but that's all the information we have. On top of that, will it launch in India or not? We really don't know. Xiaomi is pegging big on its mid-range smartphones, and why should it not? It's already succeeding in almost all the areas. Now let's move at the interesting bit here. We're going to talk about the A series, the Samsung A series, which has been very successful for the mid-range devices when it comes to Samsung. Rumor has it that the A7 of 2018 will be known as the A8 and the A8 Plus. Along with this, there are a host of changes which this device is going to carry. First of all, it will be coming with a full bezel-less display, just like the S8 or the S8 Plus, with a 2:1 or 18:9 aspect ratio. It should have an AMOLED display with a full HD resolution, along with 3500 to 4000 milliampere of battery, a Exynos mid-range processor, and it will carry the IP67 or 68 water and dust resistance. Along with this, it is supposed to be a metal and glass design. So for a mid-range phone, all these features from Samsung, 2018 definitely looks like a promising year. Along with this, the A5 is also up for a lot of changes. So if you're a Samsung fan and looking for a brilliant device, wait for a few months. You should have a lot of surprises coming up from Samsung. Now it feels just like yesterday that the S8 and S8 Plus, or maybe the Note 8, was announced, and we are already talking about the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Now as we all know, in Mobile World Congress you normally get a preview of the next Samsung flagship. Now about the S9, we have a rumor roundup, and we're going to talk about 4 to 5 things. We're going to talk about the design, the display, the camera, and a few other things. The first topic that we're going to talk about is the design. So let's have a look what changes are expected in the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Now in the recent days, like in the last 2 or 3 days or maybe a week, it was said that the S9 and S9 Plus will come with a wrapped display. That means there will not be any bezels at all, but it seems hard to believe. So my take is that we would expect something on the lines of the Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus. They might reduce the bezels even more, but there might not be any more drastic changes when it comes to the design of S9 and S9 Plus. Talking about the display, both the phones should retain 5.8 and 6.2 inches of screen size respectively. At the same time, you should expect the same resolution as well. Now, year by year, Samsung has been improving on their OLED technology, that is Super AMOLED, and expect a lot of improvements next year as well. That's all we have as far as the information about the displays go of the S9 and S9 Plus. Now the interesting bit, the S8 and the S8 Plus had a single camera on both the phones, and then came the Note 8, which has one of the best portrait modes I've used in a 2018 phone, barring the iPhone X and maybe the Pixel 2 XL or the Pixel 2 for that matter. Now we really expect the S9 and the S9 Plus to come with dual cameras with Samsung's ISO cell technology, 12 megapixels, and it will have 2 sensors. It will retain the fingerprint scanner on the back, although the position of the fingerprint scanner may be at a different location. Now talking about the processor would be of course the next generation variant of the Exynos series for the rest of the world. Apart from that, the battery size is something we are really looking at, because I'm using the S8 right now and it doesn't really last me all day, and in my brief usage of the Note 8 for a week as well, it was difficult to get that humongous 6.3 or 6.4 inch display throughout a day without charging it again and again. So that's all the information we have on the Samsung S9 and S9 Plus. Now one exciting feature that YouTube is testing these days is its own version of stories known as YouTube Reels. Now YouTube is doing this to make YouTube more fun. It already is a lot of fun with a lot of content around, but then again, we as a creator, or you as a creator, will be able to put up stories just like Snapchat or Facebook for that matter, even like Instagram, and your users or your fan base will be able to like or dislike, that's a thumb up or thumb down, and a lot more things. It's also going to reorganize the way the comment section is handled as well, and that's all we know. It is in the testing phase. I have seen a few snaps. You can have a look at this on the screen. That's all the information we have about YouTube Reels as of now, and it should be gradually rolling out. So that was all about the latest news and all the information we have about the top 5 or 6 topics in this week. If you like this video guys, do remember to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to check the description box for the giveaway that is going on. The winners will be announced on the 31st of December. There is a My In-Ear Pro headset which is going to be given away, and a surprise package as well. Thank you for watching the video guys. Stay tuned. Take care.